In this video I'm going to show you how to go from this to these. Hope everyone's doing well. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to replace your factory headlights for these LED headlights on your Grand National or G bodies. Pretty simple. I got 4 because you need 4 of them. I got 4 for $100 on eBay. I have 2 hooked up already. I'll show you very quick what it's going to look like. So that's just the daytime running lights. You got like the red halo eye in the middle, and then the strip down below. Looks pretty good, I think. So yeah, like I said, today I'm going to show you how to wire them so they look like this, because you need to do a little bit of wiring, how to install them without cutting anything up, and should be pretty simple. So hope you guys learned something from this. Alright, I'm going to show you what you're going to need before you even start this. You're going to obviously need the headlights, and then you're going to need one of these wiring harness. I got these on Amazon. 4 of them were like $10. I'll put the link in the description for this and that. That's really what you're going to need, and then hopefully you guys have tools and all to actually, you need to take off the bezel, which is a couple bolts here and there, and then it's pretty simple from there. And also you're going to need longer bolts. So there's one of 2 ways to install these aftermarket LED ones that I saw online. There's 2 ways to do it. The first one is you're going to have to, because this back housing is a little bit deeper than the factory ones, so as you can see, pushed all the way in, they still stick out a bunch, and that plate that holds the headlight in won't actually bolt up. So what people do is they cut out and trying to just trim around until it fits. They take metal out of these bezels. There's another way too, which I think is just the most practical way. You don't need to cut anything or anything like that. So this is what I was talking about. This is the bracket that holds the headlight to the car, and these were the factory bolts that, well, screws that went in and bolted it to the actual bezel there. So really all I did is I went down to Ace Hardware and I got some screws that were quite a bit longer, and they just kind of act as a spacer. So I'll try to show you a little bit, but when you put it in place, you want to line it up best you can, and then when you screw it in, it'll actually space itself out, so there's no cutting needed or anything like that. Okay, last step you're going to want to do before you actually screw these down and get them in place and how you want them is figure out the wiring. I know with most of the aftermarket LED ones, they're not just plug and play where you can plug in right here and they actually work with the high beams and low beams and daytime running lights and all that. So that's why I got this wiring harness instead of de-pinning the factory one. You can figure this out pretty easy. Like the black obviously is ground, and that's pretty easy to tell on the factory wiring harnesses because that wire is always black. And then you really just got 2 wires to figure out. So once you figure out which one's the high beam, you can plug it all in, and then it'll be ready to install. Also, with these aftermarket ones, it comes with a power wire, and that actually powers, I got them on over here, this strip here, and then the red halogen bulb, whatever you want to call it. So I actually hooked that up to my fog lights, power in the fog lights, because I know they turn on when my daytime running lights are on. So that's how I wanted it. You can wire it how you want it. You can have that on when the high beam's on or whatever. I did to my fog lights. Pretty simple. I'm not sure if you can see it, but little simple wiring job. I still got to tuck it up. Once that's done, then you can go in, bolt them down, put the bezel back on, you're ready to go. have it. They're all wired up and screwed in there. And as you, with these, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but you can adjust it by unscrewing it from right there. So if they're not perfectly level, you can just do your tweaks to whatever. I'll show you the wiring. Hopefully, guys, I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's pretty dark down here, but I just tapped into that wire there. That was power. So I just ran. Yeah, it's hard to see, but the two powers that needed to do that halo, I ran 2 into 1 into the power source down here. Heat shrinked it all, made sure it's all nice. I'm gonna run these wires so it's not a spaghetti mess too, so I'm not done, but simple wiring, pretty cool upgrade for $100. This side I have the bezel on and all, so you can get a better view. Looks pretty good. So yeah, that's how you do it. Hope this helped you guys out.